Lifestream is here with lots of exciting new cards to dig into. This is the second time we're doing this, so I can officially call this our traditional one combo for every element for the new set. With so much going on in Lifestream and support for various strategies, I've tried to choose a fun mix of good and silly things. So let's jump right into it, starting with the Earth element. I know lots of people are going to be doing and talking about Dio shenanigans, so I want to take a moment to highlight what Demeter can do this set. We have this great new consistency tool, Gigaflora. Gigaflora is a really well-designed 2-drop because it's not dead in your hand. You can actually expend one and discard it to search a champion of Demeter. So let's see what we can do with that. We can go Gigaflora, effect to expend and discard to get a Giraflora. Giraflora comes out. Giraflora's effect says that when it has the highest defense on the field, it's the only thing on the field right now, you can add a champion of Demeter from the underworld to your hand. So Gigaflora comes straight back. This is a really cool synergy. You could go Gigaflora again if you wanted to, for example, or you could be set up and hold on to it and potentially do an Ascend play next turn if available. Giraflora also synergizes really well with Demeter because you can use Demeter's effect to buff its defense to get stronger than Gigaflora if you put it out on the field to do its effect again. Really cool synergies you can do here for Demeter. Now, exiting the Earth Pantheon and entering the Steam Pantheon. All right. We're doing Fire with Hephaestus, but we're doing it with his new cute turtle, Smoltuga, champion of Hephaestus. His new pet turtle will allow us to use a menagerie of elements for this fire highlight. Starting with both in hand, you can bring out the Smoltuga and the Hephaestus. Now, Smoltuga lets you search fire runes, which means you can get Eruption and Reforge. Very cool options, but that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to do Hephaestus standard effect to get an artifact, and we're going to get Golden Fleece. Interesting. We'll reveal the Golden Fleece, allowing us to special ascend to Krakatuga, and then we're going to put the Golden Fleece on it. Why Golden Fleece, you ask? Well, there's a couple of interesting things going on here. One, the empowered Krakatuga swips its attack and defense. Since Golden Fleece gives a defense buff, you're actually making the Krakatuga stronger. The other thing is that this Krakatuga defends itself, but only on your turn. So Golden Fleece is a strong option to help protect the Krakatuga because if your opponent gets out Cyprong or something like that, you can spend the Golden Fleece and protect the Krakatuga for a turn using Hephaestus to grab a new artifact the following turn. So some interesting options there. You could obviously go for a more standard artifact play, but I really like the synergy it has with Golden Fleece. And we already know that some people were already doing Golden Fleece Hephaestus in Firestorm. Now, exiting the Steam Pantheon to the Pure Water Pantheon, we're talking today about Aphrodite in the water element. This one is going to focus on Foamy and Necklace because it is too fun to not highlight it. There's obviously a lot of fun things you can do, which are going to probably be more competitively effective, but this one is real fun. With Foamy and Necklace in hand, go Foamy, use its effect to search an Aphrodite and put it in your hand. Empower it with Necklace of Aphrodite, making Foamy have the name of every water Elestral. Let's get Aphrodite out here. Let's go ahead and disenchant one and get Aetheros because Foamy's name is, of course, Aetheros. Yes. Aetheros effect to special itself because you have another Aetheros on the field. Of course, isn't that obvious? And now you have 2 5s. Yay! This is a fun way to basically be able to play a 12th Aetheros, right? Because you can have 3 Magnaros, whose name is also Aetheros, Magnaros champion of Aphrodite, that is. The 3 Aetheros champion of Aphrodite. You can have 3 original Aetheros, and you can have 3 Foamy with necklaces to be Aetheros 10, 11, 12. So all the fish, all the time. really fun stuff you can do with Necklace here. And don't forget to check out my whole other video where I spend a whole video talking about shenanigans with Necklace. But that is enough for Aphrodite, because we're going to get a bit of a shock from Zeus to talk about Amp Up in the Thunder Pantheon. Everyone's favorite Thunder Pup, Amp Up, has always been fun as a deck thinning idea, but never did anything particularly good. That's fixed to this set with Amp Up Champion of Zeus. So you can expend a Thunder and discard an Amp Up in order to special ascend to Like a Volt, which combos with the original Amp Up, which lets you expend and discard it to add to Amp Up to hand. So let's play that out. Starting with one Amp Up in hand, effect to discard and add, you get another original Amp Up and a new Amp Up. You go new Amp Up effect to discard and special ascend to Like a Volt Champion of Zeus. Werepup, Amp Up, we're all one card combos for big dudes here. It's great. Now you have two really good options for the ascending. The original Like a Volt is actually potentially more scary than the new Like a Volt. The original Like a Volt gets an attack boost for all of the pups in the underworld. If you do this combo, you should have 3, making it a 12. And it has the original banned Spark It hand rip effect, where you get to look at the opponent's hand and discard a card of your choice from it. New Like a Volt is nothing to sneeze at either, because it is reverse Cryoblast. It gives -2 attack and then kills the thing if it hits 0 attack anytime during the turn. So you can combo it with Zeus to kill anything that has 5 attack or less. Even though it only has 7 attack, you can kill a Majursa Champion of Hestia. You can give it -2 attack and then hit over it with the Like a Volt while it's a 6. So lots of great options here. Now, I do apologize to my wind lovers as we head into the Wind Pantheon. There isn't anything super massively impressive that's new for wind. Like, I could show you Tornado plus P-Gust equals Falicane. That's not super exciting. So instead, I'm going to show you what kind of shenanigans you can get up to with Nimisail. Because Nimisail says when you cast a rune with wind, not a wind rune, just a rune with wind, you can return wind from your underworld to your spirit deck, which we can combo with Omni runes like Circle the Skies. So let's show you absolute nonsense. All right, we're going to go with 2 Corvus Skull, an extra Lunar Spirit, and an Nimisail on field, 2 Circle the Skies in hand, 5-card combo that takes 3 normal actions, very real, do be afraid of it. We can go Circle the Sky, Nexus a Lunar from one Corvus Skull to another, and draw a card. Then we get Nimisail effect and Corvus Skull effect. Nimisail is going to heal back the Lunar, and Corvus Skull is going to let us foretell and put a card on top of the deck from the underworld, basically. And you know what we're putting on top of the deck? We're putting Circle of the Sky on top of the deck and exchanging it with, whatever we found in our foretell. In this case, the example is Ambrosia. And you know what we can do now? We can go Circle the Sky. And you know what card we drew? It's a Circle the Sky. We do the Nexus of a Lunar Spirit back to the other Corvus Skull, and the combo repeats ad infinitum. You don't really lose spirits doing it because you get to heal from Nimisail every time you do it. This combo doesn't accomplish that much besides putting your whole deck in the underworld. In theory, you could combo it with a card like Cryptaris that gets +2 attack for each time you foretold. Unfortunately, that doesn't accomplish much of anything. This is a huge combo to make a really big Cryptaris, but maybe someday there'll be something crazy we can do with this semi-infinite combo. But for now, we will move from wind and on to frost. So step 1 for frost is send your deck to the underworld. Step 2 is to special cast every big body in your deck and attack for game. That's the frost combo for Lifestream. Okay, but seriously, we're going to show off a smaller synergy I haven't heard talked about much. Obviously, there's all sorts of mill and other shenanigans you can be doing this set with frost, but I want to talk about Ice Age and Brumelink's Champion of Kione. When people talk about Ice Age, they usually refer to Kione or two bodies on field as a way to enable it. However, Brummalinx is a one-card Ice Age enabler the same way Kione is. You go Brummalinx, you search a Mountains of Boreas, you play the Mountains of Boreas, and voila, you have enough frost on board to do the Ice Age disenchant to wipe the board. So a nice little synergy here to, sufficiently demoralize your opponent while playing Frost. Now, moving on from the cold side to the bright side, we're going to look at Nova Corps Champion of Apollo. A card that I think is really powerful, but hasn't had as much excited talk about it. Why is this card powerful? Well, because you have Glimbat Champion of Apollo. Glimbat lets you discard it and expend in order to search a Temple of the Sun. You play the Temple of the Sun and it turns Nova Corps into a Lith, letting you normal cast it. Impressive, impressive. Because when you normal cast it this way, you get to also pop an Elestral. Oh no, you bear comboed me. Whatever shall I do? Anyway, Glimbat, Temple of the Sun, Nova Corps, pop Majursa, swing over your Ursicle. GG's, GG's. Let's go, everyone. Let's go, everyone. Nova Corps hasn't been getting a lot of love, but I think we will see it do good things in this set. Now we talked about one pup, let's talk about the other pup in the room. Werepup, the original Werepup from Moonrise, and its new lunar phase, lunar eclipse, which counts as full moon. This card is crazy for a couple of reasons. It is an invoke speed full moon, which means you can instantly use it on Werepup the turn you draw it. So starting with Werepup, we go ahead and get the Werepup. We search the lunar eclipse, of course. We play the lunar eclipse and bring out Like a Void. Now, what's really cool about this is not only is it a full moon, it's a thunderstorm. Now, you might be asking, why do I care about a thunderstorm when my Like a Void is already immune to counter runes this turn? Well, because it's not going to be next turn, you silly goose. So this turn, you get to swing in for a bunch of damage with Like a Void and pop at least one card on their board. If it's in mid-game state, you're probably going to pop 2 or 3 cards on their board, depending on how many Lunar Elestrals you have on the field. I think that makes Lunar Eclipse a powerful, powerful card, especially when you consider that Rise from the Shadows exists. This was a 1-card combo we started with. To make it a 2-card combo, just put Rise from the Shadows in your hand, because you can put the Rise from the Shadows face down, get rid of some back row, swing in for big with Like a Void. Oh no, they dropped a Champ Whale on me. My attack got flipped and you attacked over my Like a Void. Anyway, Rise from the Shadows, return Like a Void from the underworld to the field. Get wrecked, get wrecked. You have to deal with it again, friendo. Good luck. Ha ha ha. Lunar Slop victory. All right. We had a lot of fun today. I hope these combos have inspired you for some elemental decks you can build in Lifestream. I, for one, am ultra excited for what games are going to look like in Lifestream, and I'm so excited to get to that beautiful new world imminently. Happy clashing, my fellow casters. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you'll like this one over here. And if you watched all the way through the video, consider subscribing. Click my little cartoon version of myself to subscribe, or the button down below, either place. Let me know what combos you're most excited for in Lifestream, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.